On board Ramdev Agarwal, Joint Managing Director of Motilal Oswal Financial Stroke Securities. Ramdev, welcome back. How was your roadshow and what are the kind of feelers you've got from some of the top global clients?
Trip was good, and all the global investors, they were very keen to see what happens in next 15-20 days in India. But I mean, they're very clear that India participated in the global rally and we got as much money as most of the other markets got. So the kind of excitement which is there about recent rally, that it is very India, probably India specific. So that was not the case. It is very, very global, and we are part of it.
So Ramdev, post the UP verdict, markets are of the view that reforms will take a back seat and it will be next to impossible to implement, things like FDI and retail as well as GST. What is it that you're pricing in?
I don't know how markets will take it. I mean, will there be any impact? But UP is a very large constituency. It's almost I believe it is about 20-22 crore population for that particular state. So it is almost close to 20% of the country in terms of humanity. So it's very important election, and it was mandate for UP, and people have voted very, very clearly. So at least there is no coalition politics. There is no hung assembly out there. So and there is a lot of promises about developmental politics. They will do a lot of development, and Akhilesh has gone on record saying that he will repeat Bihar story in UP. So the opportunity is very large. I think it is a good time for the country that one of the very large space which was out of the development mode comes into development. So it's good for the nation. So I would think that all the verdict, except for I think Uttarakhand, where there is a very close win for BJP, everywhere the verdict is very, very clear. So I think thanks to media, very active and intense media, that we are able to now get this kind of decisive mandate one way or other. So I would think it's a very, very positive development.
Ramdev, so one event is out of the way, but two more are still left: credit policy and Union Budget 2012. So from a market perspective, which is a bigger event, the credit policy or the Union Budget?
Budget is an annual affair, and at times it is used, apart from presenting the expenditure and revenues of the government, at times it is used to declare a lot of long-term policies also. So so-called reforms are being rolled out, major pronouncements on GST and income tax and all. So those things do come in along with the budget. So it is being watched out. It is made out to be a very big event. So if there is something in that budget, obviously it will become more important. But credit policy is an ongoing affair. Every 1.5 months you keep getting that. And one of the important element, at least in my mind, about market is the interest rate. And we are we are almost at the peak of interest rate cycle. And when should we get relief, or is there any change in the monetary policy, whether they reduce the CRR or that changes the profitability of the banks? So I think I would think that at this juncture probably credit policy is more important than what could happen in budget.
Ramdev, you just said that you feel interest rates have peaked out. Do you believe that rate cuts could come in this RBI meet itself?
I think central bank is very keenly watching the budgetary document, what kind of proposals finance minister has in regard to with regard to fiscal deficit, and if the budget goes for so-called fiscal correction, I think then there will be much more emboldened to look at rate cuts much earlier. But at this juncture, with $125 oil and metal prices also climbing up all over the world, I think it looks quite challenging to get significant cut very quickly from interest. Probably they will ease out the liquidity thing much faster than much faster in the months ahead, but significant cut in the interest rate is some time away right now.
Ramdev, a very basic building block of this year's market rally for India has been global liquidity. And once the event flow is behind us, once the credit policy and union budget dust settles down, do you think it will be global liquidity and crude prices which will influence market action?
It looks, I mean, all the technical guys, those who watch liquidity and the short-term movements very keenly, they all say that market is headed for 6,000, 6,200, probably even new high, and the pace of foreign buying and the market responding to that has also surprised everybody, even me. I was also surprised to some extent. But I mean, just the liquidity cannot push the things higher and higher. I mean, whenever liquidity stops coming in, market tends to sag if it is not supported by earnings. So I would look for more earnings based ideas. In any case, we don't time the market, so portfolio is always there to make it or in rising market or lose some value in falling market. So there's not too much of concern about whether we are participating in the market or not. The only issue is that what you should buy at this juncture or at any point of time. And there I would definitely look, I would not go by what the liquidity can do to the market or to that particular stock. I would rather look for earning support and fundamental support for buying those stocks for my portfolio rather than just market outlook.
So Ramdev, 2 months ago we were a sell on every uptick market. Now do you officially qualify this market as buy on dips, and do you think we're unlikely to see the December lows of 4,500, 4,550?
I wouldn't know. I mean, it looks that most of the people are saying that there is a whole lot of action left in the market in the days ahead. So I would think that I don't have any specific knowledge about that, but it looks that people are quite excited about market heading for much higher levels.
Right. So Ramdev, when we interacted with you last time on this forum from the mid-cap space, you were bullish on McLeod Russell. In your personal portfolio, after McLeod Russell, have you added anything else?
No, I have not picked up any stock in last 1.5 months.
So at current levels, Ramdev, what are you tracking? Which are some of the key sectors which are on your radar? Are you looking at investing in the consumer space which you understand, or you're also monitoring something very closely from the infra as well as the banking space?
No, I mean, basically I would love, if you give me two companies, one facing the consumer and one facing the government business, I would any day pick up to spend time with the consumer businesses rather than government facing businesses. That's very clear. And so I think the whole issue is that all the consumer facing businesses are doing very well even now, despite the interest rate cycle is very tight. So if you can come across any company where one of the possibilities which I think in the market it will throw is that as the economy is slowing down, I mean, it has come from 7 to now sub 7, maybe 6.5, and for some reason for next 2-3 quarters, if by chance it comes down to say maybe 5%, if it comes down to those kind of levels, and it impacts the consumer companies' growth or something like that. And in that kind of a scenario, if you can get 1 or 2 companies which we have in radar coming down to much more respectable level, probably that would throw an opportunity to get into these stocks once for all, because these consumer companies are mostly not available that cheap, and the opportunity for these companies in next 5-10 years, despite all the negative talks about Indian economy, I would think that this consumer company has a terrific future.
So Ramdev, on a 20% decline, what is it that you'd like to buy?
Say Asian Paints. I mean, if it comes down 20%, I think it would be a great buy. So you can go. I mean, those are usual suspects at 20% lower. Most of these names would look very good.
Ramdev, in the month of December, I distinctly remember when we had this conversation, Maruti was at 900 rupees, and you were of the view that at 900 rupees, India's largest passenger company, Maruti, is a blind buy. Now the stock has appreciated from 900 to 1300. At 1300, is Maruti still looking attractive?
Yeah, I think it is one of the better ideas. I mean, next year they could do still the earnings are being upgraded, and market is trying to catch up with that. So if yen were to come back to, I mean, it's already at 80.81. If yen remains stable and it's interest rate sensitive, so on a 12-month basis, I would think that interest rate is going to go down by 100 to 200 bips. And if that were to happen, I think we have a good story shaping up in Maruti.
We're just on the brink of breaking the 5200 mark on the Nifty spot, and the premium as well has come down significantly on the Nifty futures as well. The Bank Nifty already seeing a cut of about 44 points. That's the Nifty. We just were sliding down. It's getting a little volatile, you'd have to say, in the last few minutes or so. So just about circling around the 5200 mark right now. Banks getting weak, and so is the case with metals as well. But Ram, they're slightly late to ask, but you have a large holding in KN India. What do you think of the latest restructuring for the company?
Yeah, so for me, I was just worried whether KN India is also canned into kind of that big holding company, but luckily it is left out. And in fact, management has happily gone on record saying that they will not only give good dividend policy, but they'll also have one-time payback of capital gains or something like that, repayment of capital or something like that. So that's a very happy news. I mean, it is more than actually what we were expecting. Let's see how big a check you get from the management in this huge cash oozing company, which is scaling up the production almost every fortnight.
Alright, Ramdev, appreciate your time and thank you for your insights. Just to recap that conversation with Ramdev, now Ramdev is of the view that in the near term between union budget and credit policy is of greater importance for Indian markets. In his personal portfolio, he's not bought anything, but on a 15 to 20% decline, he would like to buy Asian Paints. And even though Ramdev Agrawal has a large holding in KN India and Sterlite and Sesco have restructured, he still believes that KN India will surprise on the upside because crude prices are strong and KN India could give a big fat dividend in coming months.